Alright, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Kyle here from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp in Trinidad. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom unto the few but faithful Aquats, unto the speckled words and the brothers that pushing the truth through the four corners of the heart. Alright? Now, as you can see by the title, right, this video is really it dealing with the both parties, yes, but I'm mainly touching on the Akim, then the husbands. We know the wives and them, it have sisters in the shoe that really faithful and they holding on, and then it have the wicked tutors and them. But I feel like you quicker see videos on wives to go down to your husband and do these things and thing. I'm not saying anything wrong with it, right? But I felt in my spirit to do a video like this, because it have Akiams who might, their head might swell because, they know all too well that their wife supposed to be subjected unto them and to listen to them and do these things, right? Which is correct. But don't abuse your power in the sense of, making your wife feel a how or feel like you could do these things onto them and, anything is anything, You gotta be a good husband unto them, So, I don't want to babble on too much. Let me just go into the precepts I have here, right? So, we go start with Matthew 19 from verse 1, right? It say, "And it came to pass that when Yahushua had just finished these sayings, he parted from Galilee and came into the coasts of Judea beyond Jordan. And great multitudes followed him, and he healed them there. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said unto them, Have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?" Right? Verse 5 says, "And said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh." Right? So in other words, the Lord saying, so he made male and female, right? And the scripture says, right, when a man finds a wife, he finds a possession, right? That is his own, right? That is his property. When the scripture says possession, wives don't feel offended. It don't literally mean as a thing. Possession don't only pertain to an object. So yeah, pertains to as an ownership then. So yeah, so he created male and female, right? One can be without the other, as the scriptures say, So let me read over verse 5. It says, "And said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, shall cleave to his wife." So yeah, when a man, is of age, however it is, or when he get a wife, he should be able to, go forth with his wife then, whether you get your own apartment, you build a house, wherever it is, and you start your own home then, you cleave onto your wife, you're no longer under your mother or father roof, no, it might have some brothers still that, might still be living by their parents, however, but they have their own space and these kind of things, right? But yeah, but you cleave onto your wife, you don't cleave onto your parents anymore, He's an adult now, no longer a child, right? So verse 6 it say, "Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh." Right? So they become one. She attach unto you, you attach unto her. "What therefore Yahweh hath joined together, let not man put asunder." And I could go into the word asunder too. Alright, so the word asunder means apart, right? So it come like, alright, Well, I like this word here where it say in two, right? In two hands. So it come like it. No man could split, you know? No man could split them. So let me read it over again, right? It say, wherefore there are no more twin, but one flesh. What therefore Yahweh had joined together, let no man put asunder. Right? So if the Lord put you and your wife together, you know, now we know it are some wives that set up as a snare unto you or whatever it is, or these things, right? But a real sister, you know, in this truth, being faithful unto she husband and these kind of things. No man could separate them. You know, the Lord set it that way. He set it that way. And even self, you may never know, right? When you're in the kingdom, the same woman that probably may end up committing adultery against you in this wicked kingdom, you know, she will be in she right mind in the kingdom. So you never know she could really be your wife in the kingdom. You understand? So yeah, she could end up being your wife in the kingdom. So technically it really didn't really set apart, you know. It come like she get put away until, you know, the kingdom come then. You understand? Because of what she did. Because we know this society messed up our women real bad. Real bad. You understand? But yeah. Verse 7 say, they say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? Right? He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning it was not so. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, right? I'll go into the word fornication just now, but you know Google will give you a different meaning. So I'll go into Wisdom of Solomon, right? But let me finish out this here. Right? It say, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery, and whoso married her which is put away doeth commit adultery. Right? So it say, if you leave your wife, right, to go with our next woman, right? If you leave your wife, now we know a man can have more than one wife, right? But let me say she don't accept that fact, and you leave her because she can accept that fact or whatever it is, to go with her next wife. You put her away to go with her next woman. That is adultery, right? That is the husband committing adultery. But let me say after you push her away now, right? And she say whatever, yes, and she find her next man, right? And she sleep with him, right? Both of them committing adultery. Well, the man, right? The man that sleep with her committing adultery, right? And you will get judged for that. You know, the Lord made both the wife and the husband as one flesh, you know, or there's one. You understand? So verse 10 say, his disciples say unto him, if the case of the man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry. Yeah. So if that is your way of thinking, right? You can't get away one from your wife, so you tell yourself, boy, better I find her next woman else and you leave she. You know? It's better you don't be married and done. Because that ain't making no sense. The scripture talk about hoeing out the sisters, the daughters of Zion. You know, you're not supposed to do that. So you doing that, you come like you're doing that. You know, you come like you're hoeing out a sister. You just went with she, you sleep with she, right? Then you see her next woman, she grab your eye, you're going with she, I might do she the same thing. You know, and that all for real bad. So yeah. Let me go into the meaning of the word fornication, right? Yeah, so it's just quick precept here, right? Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. It says, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. So yeah. Yeah, quick simple precept here. The going back to you know, the Matthew what I just read, you know, talking about fornication, right? Fornication is the devising of idols, you know, when you're worshiping Jesus and Buddha and what is call it, you know, all these heathen gods, you know, the Lord talk about them thing too, you know, the gods of the heathens are idols or something like that. You know, brothers know where I'm coming from, right? How we just go the gods of the nations are idols or something like that. Yeah, I mean to butcher the scripture, but just roughly paraphrasing. So that is idolatry you're doing there. That is idolatry. So yeah, by all means, you could put them away if it is that what they're doing, because that is two separate spirits you're dealing with. That's why it will be okay to put you away. You can't be praising Yahweh Shemiyosha and she talking to Jesus or Buddha and all this shippiness. That real off. That will be two different spirits there, right? That is that evil spirit she dealing with there, and that will be real off, real bad. You understand? Likewise for the husband too. The husband can't be dealing with Buddha and all kind of shippiness and she praising Yahweh Shemiyosha. Right? That's that evil spirit he will have on he. You understand? So yeah. Yeah, so the book of Mark chapter 10 and verse 5, this basically saying the same thing as the Matthew, right? So it say, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, for the hardness of your heart he wrote you this precept. But from the beginning of creation, Yahweh made them male and female. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. So like I say, the same thing, right? And the twain shall be one flesh. So then they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore Yahweh hath joined together, let not man put asunder. And in the house his disciples asked him again of the same matter. And he said unto them, whosoever shall put away his wife and marry another committed adultery against her. So right? So you see in the one in Mark here, verse 11, it's more self-explanatory if you didn't completely understand the precept in Matthew, right? It literally saying, if it is you put away your wife to marry another, you're committing adultery against her. Plain and simple. I don't need to break down that. Verse 12 say, and if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, be married to another, she committed adultery. So yeah, it goes both ways. Right? It goes both ways, and I realize it didn't say another man, it say another, right? Whether it be man or woman, it don't matter, right? We know woman sleeping with woman and man sleeping with man is natural abomination, right? We know that, but it just goes to show, right? Whether it be man or woman, right? Whether it be animal, all these things, because it have jakes and all following the heathen custom into bestiality and all these things, That is spirits on them. That is adultery. That is unclean spirits. Them joining with they, right? Because sex is a very spiritual thing, Despite how it might feel good or whatever it is, it might relieve stress and all these things. Right? It's a very spiritual something. You understand? So yeah. So I go and pull at least 3 more scriptures to more touch on the the husbands on them, right? So I go into 1 Timothy 5 and 8, right? It say, but if any provide not for his house, right, and especially for those of his own house, he had denied the faith and is worse than an infidel, right? And what is that infidel? An unbeliever, right? Because we know an unbeliever, you have no chance against it, because if you don't believe in the Most High, you basically screwed, right? So if you're a man now and you have a wife or you have children, or let me say even living with your parents still, right? Let me say your parents old, whatever it is, or let me say your grandparents, whoever it is, and you ain't taking care of your house, because you're the one that working on them kind of thing, and you ain't taking care of your house, right? You're worse than a believer, right? It's a sin for a man not to take care of his family, right? The wife and the children and them thing. And like I say, that could even go to your parents, whoever it is, because it come like you doing them back a favor, because when you were small, they did what they had to do to take care of you growing up. So it come like it's your turn now, to take care of she until she pass away and this and that. You understand? So yeah, you gotta be a man. The scripture say, show yourself as men. You're not a little boy when we come into the truth, right? So 1 Peter now, Peter 3, 7. Right, like I said, touching more on the husbands and them, right? Don't get a big head in the shoot. Can't be disrespecting your wife and these kind of things, and being out of time. And I know they need a little pulling up on thing, because some of them shaky and these kind of thing, and they'll do shit that will get upset. Mean saying you can't straighten them out or whatever it is, but if your wife being good unto you, you have no reason to get on ignorant or arrogant towards them. You understand? So yeah, there's 1 Peter 3 and 5, right? It say, for after this manner in the old time the holy woman also who trusted in Yahweh adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands, right? Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well. Right? So like yeah. It say ye whose daughters ye are, or as long as the ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement. Likewise, ye husbands, right? So that's going for the husbands too. Dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your praise be not hindered. Yeah, hindered. So yeah. So just as how your wife, let me say, your wife, respectful and she obeying you, and she basically under subjection, right? That'll put you in any position to treat your wife like a wild animal or these kind of thing, and unnecessary tactics and these kind of things, just as how she, a matter of fact, let me get our scripture, right? Let me get our scripture before I go any further. 1 Corinthians 7 and 3, right? It say, let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, right? And what benevolence means, kindness, right? So that was going on say, right? You had to show your wife kindness. Like I say, sometimes they might do things to get vex and these kind of things. Every relationship have the ups and downs. We know this, But if it's not necessary, you had to also show your wife benevolence, right? Kindness, treat you well, take care of she and these kind of things, right? Now I know I say I touching on the husband mostly in these videos, right? For the ones that have swollen heads, right? The same way, sisters, don't feel because I saying this all they can get away with murder, all they just do all they have to do, right? Make sure you take care of your husband, take care of your needs and these kind of things, do all they have to do, right? So you wouldn't have no reason to get upset with all and these kind of things, try to keep your household at, mainly for the men, I should be saying this too. Try to keep your household in order, try to strengthen it, build your faith with your family, which is your wife and your children if you have any, and this kind of thing, do we have to do, and you could work things out and these kind of things, but yeah, it goes on to say, and likewise also the wife unto the husband, right? Well, you see the same thing I'm saying. So just as how the husband had to show kindness unto your wife, vice versa, right? Verse 4 say, the wife had not power of her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband had not power of his own body, but the wife. So yeah, like the scripture say, right? All is one now, right? So you do basically have power over your own body, and vice versa, right? So if it is, the scripture talking about neglecting sex from either your wife, right, or your wife neglecting sex from the husband, however it is, unless it's the Sabbath and them kind of thing, or she monthlies, or she bleeding to say, that is the only time. But really and truly, you're not supposed to, neglect that, right? But yeah, I was trying to keep this video short. It's still short, but yeah, I just hope this lesson was edifying, right? all in all, what I trying to put forth with this video here, husbands, especially the ones that, having trouble maintaining their pride or the ego, whatever it is. Just remember the scripture talk about pride, pride going before destruction. If you have a good wife, try to treat you a little better, and don't make them kind of mistake, because if it is she do end up going, it will hurt. The scripture say don't give all the strength unto a woman, right? We know this, but we still have to love them, because at the end of the day, that is your other half then. The scripture talk about a lot of things to do with, having adulterous women. It even talk about we will receive harlots for wives and these things, right? But if it is she being faithful unto you, she coming to the truth, and she doing what you ask and these kind of things, it wouldn't hurt to show a little bit more appreciation and, fix yourself, because just as how they have trouble or stumbling blocks in the truth, they will have more than us, because, they are the weaker vessel, but we're not perfect either. What the most we could do is try to, strive to be that person, a better husband unto your wife, just as how Yahushua want us to be a better, well, the thing, we is the bride and he's the husbandman then, so he want us to be a better husbandman in the sense of, husbandman now, like a better bride now, in the sense of, we being prepared, we studying this thing, we exercising the works and doing what is required of us, so we know you want your wife to be the same way. So we have to practice that, put that into action. You understand? So yeah, I hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh. Right? This is your brother Kyle signing out again. Shalom.